he looked up at me and he goes, "I'm gonna race for you someday." And so you got kids that say that all the time, you know. So I pat him on the head. I said, "Hey, great." Walked off. It was Denny Hamlin.
Unbelievable.
And his dad took the picture, and so we still got the picture. Wow. So that's one of our most prized possessions. But then every time I see Denny, I always say to him, I said, "You didn't tell me I was going to have to pay you $1 million to drive back." But in any case, that started off his dream and everything. And of course, we're so thrilled to have Denny racing for us. FedEx, love FedEx. Had a chance to talk to Mike Glenn last week. And how many work for FedEx? How many work for FedEx? So we're thrilled because FedEx is just a great partner. And this sport is unlike any other in that you cannot race without a great sponsor. I mean, that's part of it. And of course, our fan base, everybody understands that, so everybody understands and supports the sponsors. I wanted to say this to you, though, that I think FedEx got into the sport originally with us because they said, "Hey, we would like to improve our Middle America, our partnership in Middle America." And I felt like we did that, but after we got into sport, the thing you got to understand, the people who work for FedEx, which I like to kind of show off a little bit, is we went to all of our sponsors on our race team. If you think about our sponsors on our race team, just us alone at Joe Gibbs Racing, Coke, you got Home Depot, you got Mars, you got GameStop, you got Dollar General, all those companies, some of the biggest, best in the world, with over 1 million employees working for them. We went to each one of those companies and said, "Look," and a certain number of them were shipping with the bad shipper, okay? And so we said to them, "Hey, would you be willing to let us come in and talk to you about FedEx and shipping with us?" The bottom line is today, with just our sponsors, we have over $150 million has been switched in shipping to FedEx. And so it's a big deal for us. Hey, we tell them, "Hey, we love our partners, and would you partner with them in your shipping?" It's B2B. We sell Mars, candy, and Kinko's. So the partnership in B2B and what we do there is a huge deal for us. So it shows you kind of how racing can be used to try and help. And of course, we love Denny. We think we got a heck of a race team. I think part of what you're going to see today in this race, part of it, and you got the perfect spot here, is it will be pit road. And so they do a separate analysis after every race of the pit crews. All right, and so they have a total for the year. Last year, the team that had the #1 pit stop on pit road was who? The 11 car, Denny Hamlin. Okay, this year, up until this point, #1 on pit road, Denny Hamlin. Our pit crew, and of course it got a lot of attention at the Atlanta race when another team was complaining, "How are they beating us off pit road?" and their crew chief went on the radio and it kind of hit everywhere and it said, "Hey, it's because of their pit guns." You know, now everybody builds their own pit guns. So my point to him, I would say, "Well, why don't you build a better pit gun?" Well, ours do have a higher intensity to it, but the point is, it's not the pit guns, it's the people. If you give one of our guns to some of these people out here, they couldn't handle it. And actually, the training that takes place for pit crews, we have mandatory weight training 2 days a week. We have mandatory on the practice out back of our facility 2 days a week. These guys are paid huge bonuses on the pit stop, and so it's really a big deal for us, the pit crew. So I think that'll be something that'll be interesting for y'all because you'll get a chance to see whoever got you these tickets, and in this booth, you need to kiss them on the lips. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. It's like, "You're not going to do that." But in any case, I think you got the perfect spot to watch a great race. So hopefully we have good weather today and we get things going. I thought I might take a question or two. If anybody had a question or two, we're going to sign some autographs. Yeah.
I noticed when they pushed the car out, there was a yellow 11 and a yellow stripe along the front. It's different than what I've seen in the past. Is there a reason for that today?
They did what?
The 11 on the top of the car with yellow.
Oh, really? I don't know what the reason for that would be. Yeah, I don't know. Unless there's something to do with us being in the chase. It's probably a chase color, I would think. I hadn't even noticed that. So I don't want to see the top of that car. I know we're in real trouble. Yeah, right.
Coach, when you were young in football, did you decide you wanted to get into racing?
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, people ask me that all the time. And I did grow up in the football world, but kind of give you a little background. I grew up in North Carolina, had nothing to do with cars. It was all football, baseball, basketball. That's all I did. Moved to California when I was 16. And in Southern California in those days, it was like the movie Grease. Everybody had street rides, drag racing. That's what we did. We hung out at the drag strip. I fell in love with cars and working on cars. And, I married my high school sweetheart, and I said, we got towed out of every drive-in in Southern California. When I got through working on them, they wouldn't go. They don't let me out back. Nothing mechanical. I don't get to talk to anybody about anything mechanical. But that was kind of my world. I was playing football through college and finished college at San Diego State. The first job offer I got was at Florida State. And so I sold the hot rod, and I said, hey, you know, I'll never be able to get back into cars. But my two boys, when they came along, they were jet skis, motorbikes, go-karts, everything with a motor on them. And JD, when he graduated, said, Dad, I'd like to try and do something in motorsports. Put together a proposal, and it was just a sheet of paper. We had no building, no car, no driver, nothing. Visited Norm Miller at Interstate Batteries, and he said, let's do this. And so I kicked us off. Our first year we had 17 total people. Okay, and I said, we were racing one car. I said, well, maybe we can control this. You know, it's going to be something. And today we're racing 3 cars in Cup, 3 in last night in Nationwide. We got a developmental program, and we got a diversity program, and we got a motocross team. And we got 450 people, and it's totally out of control. I tell everybody. So anyway, we got a lot going on. We'd love to invite everybody. If you get a chance to come through Charlotte, we'd love to have you visit the race shop. Our building is designed so you can see a lot. We got a video that shows you what's going on behind the scenes, and so I think it's for an interesting tour. We probably average between 200 and 300 people a day through our race shop. You know, so anyway, we'd love to have you visit. Anything else?
Does that make Bobby Labonte your first driver?
No, Bobby wasn't our first driver. Dale Jarrett was. Yeah, then Dale left and Bobby came. So that was kind of our, and Bobby was with us for quite a while. Then we had Tony Stewart. And so we moved to 2 cars at that point. We were the slowest to go to 3 cars. We added Denny and Kyle. And now we've been the slowest to go to 4 of the big teams. And so next year we'll have 4. We're adding Carl Evans in. So, yeah. So anyway, we got a lot going on. A lot to try and chase, keep going in the right direction. This is a big deal for us today. This is the first round of the playoffs. Last week, our cars were 6th, 7th, and 10th. And what you're trying to do is beat at least 4 cars to move to the next round. So it's a huge day from you don't want anything, major screw-ups, you don't want wrecks, you want to be consistent, and if you got a chance to win the race, you want to win the race. Denny's won here, Matt's won here, Kyle's been second here about 3 times. So all of our guys are good. I think qualifying wise, we qualified like 6th, 7th, and 16th. So anyway, I think we got 3 good cars. We'll take a shot at it today and see what happens. So We appreciate you guys, all you do for FedEx. I really can't tell you how important that is.
Which job did you find more stressful, football or car racing?
Well, the way I addressed it, though, it's interesting. In football, the stress was game plans, making the calls on the sideline, making stuff happen. Over here, the stress is the first of every month paying the bills. It's a different kind of stress, let me tell you. It'll put a hurting on you, I'll tell you that. The good thing is I got both my boys in racing with me. JD runs NASCAR day to day, and Coy runs our motocross thing. So anyway, we're chasing that all over the world. So hey, we'll sign some autographs here. We appreciate you guys, and listen, we appreciate also you being customers for FedEx, and hopefully you have a great day today, and we give you a great race here. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.